even though it does feel like the universe has been against us
being
here for a few days now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll complain about that in a minute. I think we're here.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're really here till our existence is validated by others. There's also the delay. You're going to tell me that you can't see us on your YouTube thing, and I'll have to tell you there's a delay. So there's a delay. Yep. Thank you, Base Eats, for validating my existence. Also verifying it, but I was going for the validation. So yeah, I guess we're officially here. Hello.
Hi.
Kayla Lord.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our weekly live stream where we record our podcast, the audio version of which hits all major podcast apps every Friday. I would say we're here 6 minutes early, but since this whole episode is basically a bonus section with a little bit of kink commentary, if you're not a bonus section kind of person, you should probably just bounce now, because there's no need to fast forward to quote the good stuff, because I mean, it's all good stuff, but it's not topic based this week at all.
No.
We didn't think we were gonna be here. Here on YouTube as a live stream.
It wasn't looking good.
Wasn't looking good. We'll talk about that in a few minutes too. So yeah. We're here. If you want to fast forward, before I put in timestamps, or you want to go do something before the live stream really technically gets going, sure. But I'm not gonna tell you to, you're gonna skip something or miss something. You'll come back to whatever this is. So
it's true.
Just do what you got to do to live your best life, is all I'm saying. But this is the butt rub. Do you have anything for the specific to the butt rub?
Not other than rubbing butts, no.
I love it when you rub my butt. I mean, you can rub other butts. It's fine. But I love it when you rub my butt. And this was asked for months ago. I do intend to do it, but I'm trying to get I'm trying to wrap my arms around how I would want to do it. I do want to do it'll have to be a series. It could never just be one episode on neurodivergency and kink. So that hopefully is coming. Hopefully it's coming in 2025, but it could be a 2026 project, y'all. There's some books I want to read and some stuff I want to educate myself on first. But in that vein, I was scrolling through the internet as one does. And my internet is Instagram. And I came across some kinky people who I believe they're probably also content creators. I didn't recognize them. I didn't know them. Okay. But their thing was talking about specifically impact play scenes, about for some neurodivergent folks, about how grounding that is. It's not just about the pain. It's not just about the control. It's not just about, all the things a scene can be about. In some cases, it's about being in the moment, having your brain just shut off and being grounded to where you're at. And the moment I saw that, I went, oh, that's what's been happening lately. So I'm sure it happens all the time. I've just been cognizant of it recently. I don't just whine when you stop rubbing my butt because you've stopped rubbing my butt. I mean, that is part of it. Let's be real.
The baby girl is strong with
right,
this one.
but also it's because I truly do just sort of narrow my whole focus of existence down to
that touch,
to your hand on my ass and what it feels like and how good it feels.
Wow. Okay. Okay. See, I learned something. I did not know. It went so deep.
Was that a sex joke? Or was that you have thick, in a good way, a thick ass joke?
It was neither.
Okay. I got trust issues, y'all. Look, I don't usually get the joke. I usually take you very literally, so I have to check it. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. But, I mean, this kind of has something to do with this, and I don't know how related it is. Was it last weekend? It was both times. It happened both times when you gave me my birthday flogging. It was a flogging this year, not a spanking. Yep. And then we did our belated anniversary over-the-knee barehanded spanking, which we have not done in
a while.
Oh, my God. So long. I do not remember the last one. Both times I hit subspace.
You did. Which...
It's been years, y'all. And part part of what I can remember,
especially with the flogging, I had to pour her into bed.
yeah, it was like walking a drunk person to bed.
Mess.
I was like, whoa. But part of it, I think, I'm having to go back now and like try to remember before my brain shut down what was happening. Was came a moment very quickly into that, to both those scenes, where everything around me shut down and my brain just like it zoned in on the sensation, and then whatever else might happen in the scene where you might talk to me or other things. That was my whole world for that time, and apparently my brain went, yes, we like this a fucking lot, because I was out of it. Best night's sleep I've had both times in a very long time. So I'm gonna say hi to folks. We got like just yapping, as the kids say. Time doesn't matter in a bonus section episode, does it?
I guess not.
Time has no meaning. It's a construct.
We still got to remember to bring the other folks in.
That's true, we do. Don't worry. I got announcements. We'll get there. It's fine. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Claire. Hi, Base Eats. Hi, Just David. Hi, Silent. Hi, Judy. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Love the World. I'm scrolling. Hi, Peter. Hi, HM. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
David, I think that's the book that I have on my list. I know it when I see the cover. I've got to, in order to read it, if that's what I'm thinking of, I need to just finally suck it up and get the Libby app and connect my library card and go request the damn books. Yep. That's part of the problem. Hi, Ray's reading.
Libby's an amazing thing.
The only thing that kind of gives me pause on it is I don't want the pressure of the book has arrived. You have, 2 weeks, I guess, to read it?
21 days, yeah.
21 days. I mean, I will read it quickly, but there is something about feeling like I'm being told I have to read something that then I don't want to read it. Don't want to read it at all. I'm no longer interested in this book. When you back off and stop pressuring me, I'll want to read it again. Man, when I tell you the moment I learned about pathological demand avoidance or pervasive demand for autonomy, there's two ways of talking about it. In neurodivergent folks, I went, oh, I see that with, my oldest child. That can't be me. And then every day I unpack another thing where I'm like, maybe it could be me. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's technically 3:01. We will technically get this crazy train started. Really? David clocked it. PDA. Yep. Sometimes I have that against my own self. That's another conversation. So we're going to do the neurodivergent thing as a series once I get all my shit together. Anyway. Let's see. What were we doing? Yes. You said hello already, correct? Okay, cool.
I did.
As you can tell from the title, we didn't think we'd be here today, and it's a bonus section episode. We'll talk about why in a few moments. We figured we'd wait till the audio podcast part was here with us to just say it all at once. But since we didn't think we were going to be here, we didn't plan a real topic, and so this is what you get. Right. We are going to do a new thing as well that we've never done before, and if folks like it, it might come up again in the future. We shall see. Anyway, if you enjoy this, leave a thumbs up. If you like it enough to want to come back for more, please consider subscribing.
And go ahead and ring that notification bell to get updates and new content.
Just do it, Daddy says. If you really like what we do and you want us to keep being weirdos on the internet and also get access to stuff you can't get anywhere else, like our Discord server, you can join us on Patreon, patreon.com/KillLords, link down below. You can join for as little as $2 a month, and you get access to our Discord server. You can do game night with us every other month. That's this month. We play an online version of Cards Against Humanity. We now only play that because that has become my comfort thing every other month. That is what I want to do every other month. And the months we're not playing the online version of Cards Against Humanity, this year at least, we've been watching movies. And we'll do that next month. Anyway, plus you get other stuff. Behind the scenes podcast episode. I was like, what else do we do? Didn't I always say free content? Yes. Free content you won't get anywhere else. Anyway, link down below. We'd love to have you. It helps us do this and be whatever the hell this is. So, yay! Okay, you can...
Can I push the button?
You can push the button.
Okay, I'm going to push a couple buttons.
You always do. Okay, before we get into, the stuff we're going to do, I'm so happy to be able to announce, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to, we will be streaming this coming Friday night. I wrote the date down. Hold on. I looked at a calendar and everything, y'all. Friday, November 21st at 9:30 p.m. for our monthly virtual munch Friday night live stream. Mm-hmm. We are more chaotic. It's just who we are. But also we'll answer your questions, kinky Q&A during that live stream. So yeah, that's coming. Mm-hmm. Hope y'all can make it. If your schedule does not allow for the Friday night live streams, these pure bonus section episodes are a slightly milder form, I think. Mm-hmm. We don't get like crazy kinky on the Friday night ones. It's just even more relaxed. Yeah.
And even more chaotic.
I think I just like embrace the chaos more for Friday night. I'm trying to just embrace the chaos for the Wednesdays, but I'm trying to actually impart some amount of knowledge to those who might be seeking it, so I don't feel good about being too chaotic on a Wednesday. But at some point, I think you just have to embrace it. I don't know. So let's start with why we didn't think we would be here, but here we are. Mm-hmm. And then we'll get into the only structured thing I have that we've never done before, and then it'll just be chatty, and it'll just be a bonus section. Hold on. I can't sit in my chair correctly. Okay, there we go. I was just somehow sliding out. I don't know how.
It happens.
So, YouTube must have updated an algorithm, fired actual people, and turned some AI on. I don't know. But out of nowhere, over the course of about 2 or 3 weeks, we started getting channel strikes for stuff we should not have. One was on principle we should not have. But okay, technically I knew that broke the rule, even though I did completely submit an appeal anyway. But that first channel strike was like, oh, let me tap your hand. Naughty. And I don't like to be naughty. I mean,
well,
anyway. I don't like to be perceived as somebody who broke a rule. That's what I don't like. But then a couple weeks later, 3 weeks later, I don't know. How does time work? We got another strike for a thing that was definitely not breaking the rules. Mm-hmm. They said when we linked to our own site, we linked to a site with sexual content, pornography, and nudity. And I was like, no, the hell we didn't. I know that site. That's my site.
Right.
If I linked to other sites that I have, maybe, but not that site. So I did put in the appeal, but they had said since we'd had 2 YouTube channel strikes so close to one another, we were grounded for a week. We could not post to the community tab. We could not upload a video. We could not live stream. Now, here's the thing I hate. Just let me post to the community tab. Let me tell the people that we're not going to be there for a week. You can't even do that. So I submitted an appeal for that one, knowing I was right on that one, but they take forever on appeals. And then yesterday, day before recording, Tuesday, I happened to go into the dashboard, YouTube Studio, and the second strike was off, gone, and we were just back to warning, and I went, what? So they let us out of the corner. I would say nobody puts baby girl in the corner, but JB puts baby girl in the corner, but baby girl does not give JB a reason to put her in the corner. Thank you very much. Yeah. Not on purpose, that's for damn sure. So yeah, what we had decided to do when we were like, oh shit, we're not going to be able to do our Wednesday live stream. We're like, oh, we'll record an audio podcast and it'll just be a giant bonus section. Cause that's, that way we're still showing up, but we're not, YouTube won't be missing like a topic that might be of interest. And I won't be trying to upload an 1.5 hour long video and asking my poor little Mac to like render that video and export that file. So we're doing what we were gonna do for audio only. We're doing it for the live stream YouTube side as well. But as that was happening, while I was in the back end of YouTube finding out that we were no longer in the corner, it's when I started seeing that there were comments on the YouTube video that also went along with an email that I had received. I was like, oh, yay, nobody's yelling at me. I really appreciate that. And there had been some really thoughtful comments from both last week's main episode on Soft BDSM and even even though I had to upload the YouTube video late because we were in the corner, some good helpful comments on our Q&A episode for this week.
You want about
the collar? Yeah, I know. You got confused. You're like, we just recorded one of those. Yes, that's next week's. So we're going to do a thing we've never done and go over some of these comments because, one, they're like eye-opening and educational, and two, that commentary might help somebody else. So that's what we're going to do, and then we'll get into our chatty bullshit. Okay. Yeah. So...
And that's that for that.
You're copying me. Or... Oh. I said that earlier, yeah.
Okay.
And you smiled at me when I did. And there we go. Now we're twinsies.
Full circle.
We're something. Okay, so let's start with... I have to look at my screens. Okay, let's start with on soft BDSM. Thank you, everybody who sent something in, commented, and not yelling at me because you disagree with me. The thing that made me go, I really want to read this. I want to read what was written in an episode was the first email I got. And the moment I started reading it, I went, oh my God, I think I've actually heard of this, but not in this kind of detail. And this is on soft BDSM.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say the person's name, let them keep their anonymity, but you know who you are once I start reading. It says, I just listened to this week's episode, and I felt like the conversation and a potential explanation might benefit from what I've seen as a dominant woman. The soft dom label has been around for quite a while within the femdom community. It's because so many people, mostly submissive men, take their images of DS and femdom from porn. Dominant women in porn are almost always depicted as harsh, cruel, shouty bitches that have no regard for the submissive man. The femdom world is full of references to men as worthless pigs, worms, etc. I don't think this exists in the same way in male dom fem sub material. I think you would be right. I don't think it exists in quite the same way either. So submissive men come into the community with this image of the dominant person as they've seen in porn and social media. They think that BDSM and DS are all about harsh degradation and a disregard for any desires of the submissive man. Then they hear that people have actual relationships, and they themselves want a relationship that involves actual love and respect, but they've never seen that before. And it's incongruous, I can speak, with the image they have of BDSM. So the femdom community created this label of soft dom to describe what is really just considered lifestyle DS. The differentiator, I can speak, isn't so much about hard versus soft, it's about porn versus real life. Take a search in the femdom spaces and you'll see tons of conversations about soft doms, also sometimes labeled gentle femdom, another term that male dom relationships don't use. Yeah, no, I've not seen that term at all. There are even multiple FetLife groups and subreddits dedicated to gentle femdom and soft doms. I don't think these exist outside of femdom. It's a term that has no generally accepted definition, and when I've asked submissive men who use the term what they mean, it's always just a description of a realistic day-to-day DS relationship. They say things like, I still want affection, or I want someone who isn't mean all the time. Bless their hearts. I've also heard, I don't want severe pain, and when I've asked for more information, they've described having reasonable limits and being able to have boundaries. Again, this started because of femdom porn and how most submissive men get their information about BDSM. I'm actually a bit surprised that the terminology is spreading over into the rest of the community. I can see how it would be very confusing in the context of a male dom and or fem sub or them sub relationship. Hope this adds some perspective and context for where the soft term is coming from. Thanks for the excellent discussion on the podcast. Thank you for your amazing reply. The moment I'm reading this, I'm like, I have heard. And when I say I've heard, nothing in depth, I'm not in femdom spaces. There's no reason for me to be in femdom spaces. But I was like, I feel like, yes, I recognize this from somewhere.
Okay.
And I kind of wish I'd had this insight when we did do the soft dom versus hard dom episode ages ago. But it does make sense. And I do like the fact that in this community, and again, no community is a monolith, so there'll be some people who do view this differently, even in femdom spaces, porn versus real life, you know?
Yeah.
I can see why you have to make that distinction.
Yeah.
And definitely, I don't know, maybe it's more so with femdom because of, I mean, even pop culture references to dominatrix is, I mean, some people, yeah, that is what they're like, but that's not all of
it's not all of it.
it's not all of it. And it is a very like harsh, degradation filled kind of like way of being. So that all makes sense to me. And I think if I had had even an acknowledgement in my head of this, maybe I would have gone to some femdom spaces and seen something more helpful. So thank you for that. So that's the one that started me going, I want to share these things online with others. Let's see. Okay. Nope, wrong one. This one. Okay. So I'm going to try and go in chronological order here. Okay, somebody commented, I'm very happy to see that there are people who identify as, quote, soft BDSM. People like myself who like restraints and bondage, but in a very romantic, sweet, relaxing way without any humiliation, pain, or psychological domination might need this kind of representation in BDSM. What I see being represented all the time is sadomasochism, playing with limits, and degradation. There are people who dislike it, but still might enjoy some kind of power exchange. I often feel alone with my preferences, and I'm afraid of being misunderstood. Finding books or other erotic content about romantic bondage is so hard because everyone seems to prefer it harder. So I hope that we will see more soft BDSM representation in the future. What I would love to see is, and I know I'm pipe dreams here, I'd like to see a world in which there is no single type of play that's supposed to be the face of BDSM.
Yeah.
I get like how and why it would happen, but you know, yes, I somebody either new to kink or just only in specific spaces, that is a lot of what you're going to see because it's the trope, it's the cliche. Even if it is true for some people, it's the stereotype.
Right.
It's that's a little bit of why this podcast exists, because it was like, yeah, let's talk about reality. Let's talk about a different view of BDSM that is not just that. So my dream would be where BDSM can really be the umbrella term it needs to be. But I get where somebody, you know, would appreciate an identifier to know that they're not in a very specific realm of BDSM.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I know I'm going a bit like a freight train.
You
so
are.
I was trying to like slow down and go, what are your thoughts? I mean, you are in control around here, so I do feel like you would tell me. Okay, somebody else says,
okay.
I imagine this term is very useful for people who do not enjoy impact play / degradation and who wants to be able to communicate this quickly when looking for play partners. I think that's fair enough. I think the issue with this comes from the intention of using the term. If the intention is to communicate you enjoy the controlling aspects of BDSM without the impact, degradation, forcefulness of it, all good. But if you're using it to separate yourself from the wider BDSM community because you have hang-ups about the more degrading, forceful, pain-related BDSM, then that's no good.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I do think that's fair.
I do.
I still, okay, this is because I am this kind of person. I would rather us as the general us, be able to be specific and say, I want power exchange and BDSM without, and then list the things without, instead of the shorthand of soft BDSM, simply because there's so much room for misinterpretation of a single term like that when somebody has a very specific meaning for it. I go back to what I said in the episode. If the at-large community comes up with a mostly understood, easily accessible definition of what soft BDSM is, that can be then disseminated and people can go, okay, that's what's, then I might personally not like the term, but I can get behind that because then there's a definition behind this very fuzzy term. Right now, there's no clear definition. I think the one thing I've seen is I don't want degradation, I don't want pain.
Right.
But most of the time, I just want people to be able to go, hey, I want BDSM without pain and degradation, right?
Right.
Without impact. I mean, that's what I would hope.
That's kind of, you know, what the checklist is for, too.
Right, exactly.
You know, when you sit down with somebody, you go through the checklist. Well, I like this, but I don't want that.
Agreed. And then this person gave a perspective I had not heard, and I liked it, too. It's completely different from the others. It's the last one, though. We don't have any definitive evidence for this, but we're pretty sure the popularization of hard / soft kink, dom, BDSM terminology comes from fandom culture, specifically erotic roleplay communities on Twitter and Tumblr in the late 2010s to early 2020s. We've seen a lot of erotic roleplay account intro posts talking about, quote, hard kinks coming up in fandom-related Twitter searches over the years. I can see where disparate groups could come up with the same words and terms, but from completely different angles.
True, yeah.
I mean, I have no experience in that side of the internet, so, can't judge how widespread or common it might be.
Correct.
But it would not be unusual to me for this group, this community to come up with a term, and this community to come up with a term, and the terms overlap or are about the same. Because what that tells me, even though I hate to have to concede this point, because I don't really love the term because it's too imprecise, what that tells me though is there needs to be some kind of term, shorthand, for this type of BDSM versus that type of BDSM. And I don't mean that there needs to be for the community, but maybe as an entry point, because how many people go, I can't do BDSM. We've seen it. I can't do BDSM because I don't want the whips and the chains and the this and that. I'm over here going, I don't want it either. So I want either. But there's no, from the outside looking in, way to come in without you better happen to come across somebody online or go do a thorough search and have an idea of what you're even looking for, or stumble across somebody. So I will concede that point that maybe there does need to be a term.
I don't deny that there needs to be something.
There needs to be a way to talk about it, even if it's not a term. Maybe it's not a term. There just needs to be a way. But the internet and specifically social media is where nuance goes to die. So something like a conversation about wanting the power elements and the control elements mixed with sensual, the only word I can come up with, even though I hate it, is softer side of kink, instead of the stereotype of the degradation and the pain and the this and the that. I want a world where we can just say that. But we don't live in that world. So
no.
So those were some of the comments that we got. I did see somebody, they is it called retweeting or just reposting or quote posting? What is Blue Sky? It's not Twitter. I'm not going back to that hellscape. Who quote posted a link I shared to the Soft BDSM episode last week, and they said that they refer to themselves as a highly sensitive person, meaning that certain types of sensation on their skin can be very painful. That they would love to know that there's a thing like, air quote, soft BDSM, where it's not about intense stimulation. And see, but for that specific case, that makes sense. There needs to be a way to let somebody know that not everything has to be intense. But if I'm talking in the broader soft BDSM, intense is not just pain. Most people think pain and intense, oh, I don't want anything intense. It's like, yeah, but even a gentle orgasm, forced orgasms become intense at a certain point, right?
Yep.
Or even consistent, like how long can your partner go down on you and make you orgasm? At what point do you stop it when it becomes, air quote, intense? Like the terms are just imprecise.
Yeah.
From that person's very specific viewpoint, I could see that. That makes sense that they need a term to know what they, how to explain it. But I think it's because we just want things to be an easy explanation, and I'm here to be the killjoy that tells you, actually, you need more than 2 words to describe what you're actually looking for.
Yeah.
I know that's not really a popular take, but whatever. I've been a word girl my whole fucking life, and I just think I'm not known for brevity and being concise, just saying. And you need more than 2 words. Well, okay, and then the next one, just because I found this helpful, at least one comment was super helpful to me. Our most recent Q&A episode is a medical professional who can't wear their collar. They're looking for other ideas, but with that framing of in the healthcare field, where there are all kinds of reasons where you could not wear a collar, which I would imagine probably in some ways can relate in law enforcement and even military kind of things. There might be specific things because of requirements and policies and safety that you can't wear. So people were very helpful with ideas. One was in our Discord.
Okay.
In our Discord, we do have a channel for episode discussion.
Correct.
And so, let me find it. Again, I will not say names so everybody can keep their anonymity. They say, I wore a collar, air quote that, for 14 years of my military career. It was a ring on the opposite hand to my wedding ring. No one blinked. I had silicone stand-ins for when safety was an issue. And when deployed, I had a third dog tag made that read property of, and then their owner's name, and they wore that. I thought that was so cool. I love how creative kinky people are. Y'all are so fucking creative. Oh, I just hit my phone against the mic. That's not a problem. Okay, and then here are some others that we, if metal isn't a problem, a key ring. At the time, it was one of those nice soft leather ones that presumably he is their dom, had carried around for a little while. And then if metal is a problem, just take the metal ring off. They said, I liked it because if I was feeling stressed, I could reach into my pocket and play with it or hold it. It was like a key ring. That is so... And then the connection of your dom has maybe carried it around, or maybe it's meaning you taking it off of their... I like that. I really like that. One person said they wear a bracelet. One person said they wear earrings when they go out to the construction site. And another person, hi, I know, I see you all the time. Hello. I have worn some dainty ear cuffs and also some dainty earrings that are a heart-shaped lock. So I was reading more on something else. Something came up in my feed. Y'all know once you Google search something, it's now your algorithm just like starts spitting it out.
It's there.
And so I came across something, and it might have even been a post by somebody, I can't remember, but they were talking about how necklaces have to be able to break away, you know, in certain fields. And then they were talking about no dangling bits, like even earrings in some cases cannot dangle. And I was like, okay, perfect.
And I can understand that, especially someone working in an ER. Okay, you never know. You know, I was one time in the ER. I'd gone there with somebody, and they brought in some guy from a motorcycle accident, which he was involved in a chase. And it was crazy. He was screaming and yelling, and there were several cops with them, and you know, he was thrashing and all over the place, and it was just a hot mess. So I can kind of understand that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And again, like we said in that episode, every field and every space in the medical sphere is going to have its own independent rules based on the needs of that space.
Right.
So always read the policy first. But I think what I appreciate about those comments was, you know, it was somebody from the military who could relate to needing something that was not their obvious collar. It was somebody who works in construction where, no, you cannot have dangling bits in construction. You don't want anything to get caught on anything. But yeah, I really liked those additional thoughts. Tayshu in live chat said, I think I need to research earrings for my shop. You definitely do. You definitely do. I am completely down for, I'm going to air quote it now, collars, air quote collars, being whatever is comfortable, safe, and appropriate for that a person is willing and wants to wear, that they can imbue meaning into. You know, it is deeply, deeply personal. So, but yeah. So yeah, those were the comments that we got. I really appreciate that. That was nice to see. The other parts of the internet do not typically show us thoughtful comments,
insightful,
right, from other people who've got their experience and their viewpoint. And I like that when we get comments, sometimes it's, you know, somebody who chanced across us, and I wish they had just kept their mouth shut and kept it pushing. But most of the time when we get comments, it's well thought out. It's people going, let me share my experience. I freaking love that. It's helpful. And what I really like is when I, get a comment where I go, holy shit, I never thought about that. Like that, I'm like, thank you for expanding my mind for me. Because there are many things I think about and I just don't bring up because I've decided personally it's not relevant, or I've said it 85 times or whatever. But man, to like get a thing where I'm like, oh, I never thought of that. I can file that away now for future use. Awkwardish Panda says in the live chat, I have a regular day collar, but I also have an elastic bracelet with thin clay beads that spell out Daddy's baby girl in Morse code.
Oh, wow.
Now that is brilliant.
That's brilliant.
Yep. Special code to say what it says, but most people would never clock. I fucking love that shit. I'm telling you, kinky people are creative people. Okay, so that is the only topic related things. Okay. I guess now we're just gonna freaking chill. Silent in the live chat says, my favorite is the quote, why is this on my feed, people? I don't engage with these comments when we get them. Usually over in the kinkery. I've not experienced anything loving BDSM other than YouTube. I have gotten it a couple times on YouTube. But for the kinkery, and especially on Instagram, every once in a while, a reel or even a post will just kind of like, it'll just take off, and then people across the spectrum of the internet are commenting, why is this on my feed?
Why am I seeing this? What is this?
I think to myself, because you keep fucking commenting, why is this on my feed?
Right.
But thankfully, the kink community will always come through. There's always at least a couple people who go, because you keep commenting on this shit. If you don't want to see it, shut up and keep scrolling.
Go away.
Thank you. I love you so much. Yep. I'm trying to be a good customer service person, so I don't usually say shit like that. But so, but yeah. So, please, unless you were going to say something else, I was going to say, please tell everybody why you were justifiably grumpy today. Okay. Because in both podcast intros, I was like, JB is so fucking grumpy for good reason. So.
Well, Kayla told you earlier about the YouTube.
Ooh, which did make me grumpy for sure.
And, it was kind of last minute that we were actually going to sit down and do this. So I sat down and started doing my thing. I'm pulling out the lights. I, fired up the mixing board and powered on the computer. Computer comes up, and it was explaining to me why it could not be updated to Windows 11. And it went into setting up the new updates. Then it asked me to buy Microsoft 365. And then it asked me to get into OneDrive and blah, 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 blah down the line. Finally got through, and nothing would run on the computer. And I started digging. We had a problem a little while back with the hard drive being full. And I went through and I cleaned it and, got as much down to keep it working. The latest updates have refilled the hard drive. I went through and did a cleanup of all temp files and compressed the drive and blah 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 blah, and got it running so we can function here today. But it did not have me in the best mood.
No, it didn't. I still contend we need some sort of flag system. Like a green flag that you wave is like, yes, I'm accepting communication at this time.
Yellow flag, proceed with caution.
But I want then a separate flag. I don't know what color it would be or what it would look like where you're like, I am busy and also pissed off about it. Do not approach. Thankfully, I did somehow, I don't know, did I catch the vibe or was I just like, I don't think I have anything actually meaningful to say, so I'll wait till he's done. I don't know what it was. Some sixth sense told me, shut your fucking mouth, leave him the fuck alone. Because when I did finally gently reach out, I guess I did it in just the right way at just the right time, where you were clearly annoyed, but not at me.
Right.
Right.
Yep. So yeah, now we definitely need to look into getting a new hard drive.
Yeah.
In the computer. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I'm going to have to see what we need to do about that.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping to put it off as long as we could, but not long enough in my book, but,
So then I need you to get back out there and make a shit ton more toys. We got a Black Friday sale coming.
Yeah. I mean, I even looked into if it's possible to, install the Microsoft browser, Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And
I do find that fascinating. They call their browser Edge.
I know.
That's not the kind of edging that I want in my life, but sure.
No. And it is possible to remove it. Would have to download third-party apps to do it. Microsoft doesn't want you to do it.
Hell no, they're not going to make it easy on you.
And apparently it is so integrated into the system that you could have some issues after. Yeah.
Of course.
Right? So, yeah.
I mean, it does feel a little bit like the universe was like, y'all are not recording this week, and we went, watch us. I'm going to tease JB just a little bit. So we have not decided what we're doing for next week for the stream. And that's a conversation we were supposed to have before the stream, but then he had,
technical issues
and righteous indignation, as he should. So we haven't had the conversation yet, but what brought up the conversation was when JB had a grumpy moment and was like, well, I was talking about streaming. He goes, well, next week is a holiday week. I went, who the fuck are you talking to? I was like, we have previously 9 of these where we have always streamed the day before Thanksgiving. If you want to not do that, that's cool. I'm willing to have that conversation. That's not a problem. I was like, well, why are you mad at me like I'm making you work?
It's not like I'm stressed or anything heading into Black Friday, don't have a thing on my mind to worry about.
And here's the thing, I think what has slowly happened, one, we do not focus on sex toys like we used to.
Yeah.
I think you got burnt out, and I
definitely got burnt out on that.
If I have the pathological demand avoidance / pervasive demand for autonomy, PDA for anybody who knows. If I have that, it is coming out in product reviews, because I over the years I've gotten very twitchy on feeling an obligation to use a product and then tell you what I think. I used to fucking love it. I used to be like, hell yeah, let's try a new sensation. Can we kink this up? This will be great. And these days I'm just like, I don't want to be obligated to a company who don't give a fuck about me to try this when I'm not feeling. I think a part of that was all these years prior to finally getting, HRT and all that, of having such low desire for anything sexual, that then to be like, oh, but here, go try that vibrator. Yeah. You don't give a fuck. You're not in the mood for it, but go try it. I
think what did it for me was the Fleshlight fiasco.
So many fleshlights.
My God.
Was it one of those, I don't want anything on my dick right now, just leave my dick alone?
Just touch me anywhere else but there.
It was a paid toy review. Not review like, we love this, but like review in, what does it feel like? What is it to use? Like one of those informative things. We got paid as freelance writers, and JB is my test dick. Like, I used to put that dick out for hire. Like, fine. And then you received, what was it, a box of 13, 16? How many fleshlights was
there? Was 14 in the first box.
There's a lot of fleshlights out there. Yeah.
There was 8 in the next box. And then there was another box after that. And I don't remember what was in that, but it was a fucking shitload of fleshlights.
And between those and then the ones you already owned, you then had duplicate fleshlights.
Yeah, there were duplicates in there.
Oh my God, I know. Hey, you know what? I'll say this. That job, which was, oh my God, I got to a point I was so tired of lube. I was testing lubes all the time. I was like, just leave me the fuck alone. Panty vibrators? I found ones I liked, like legitimately liked, but by the end of it, you're like, get everything away from my clit. Just get everything away from my clit. But that job came at a time where we were like, we will do almost anything for money. We have bills to pay. And so I'm glad you did it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also respect the fact that you're like,
at this point,
that you're like,
that
yes,
I go back to regularly.
I know, because what I've found over the years is I could like something in the moment. I could find it could do its job. It could, I could genuinely experience good things and find good things to say and see what kind of people might like really enjoy this and what kind of people might not really enjoy this. But it would not. There were toys that, in the moment, I'm like, yeah, this worked. This was good. I could see good things for this. And then I would never pick it up again. Yeah. Then there are some toys I really love, but I'm like, man, it takes a lot of work to use this. I really love it. Mm-hmm. But I'm basically, by the time I am flat in a bed in the dark, I'm tired and now I'm lazy and I'm not working that hard. I'm just not.
Mm-hmm.
So Silent asks, how did you not just go totally numb? You do have to space these things out.
Yeah. But
there was a time for at least a couple of weeks, I think we were on deadline, because he would test it and he would record the video review and then I would write the article. So I would be interviewing him about his fleshlight. Poor thing. He would have used the fleshlight and then he'd be like, I gotta go fucking make paddles. I got work to do. He'd be in the shed, the shop in the backyard, and I'd be standing there with a notepad going, okay, so here are the questions I have to answer about this fleshlight.
Yeah.
I was interviewing him. Yeah. And I want to say there was a stretch where we were on deadline where I think you were testing a new one every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
And I was like, at one point I finally went, can you even tell the difference between these things anymore? Nope. And yet you like fleshlight. Like, you like the ones you found. Well, I know. It's a little
I can't
bit
look at them anymore.
It's a little bit like you ate a food you loved, but then that food gave you food poisoning, and now you can never eat that food again. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I would be more inclined these days to try kink toys that we don't make. I'm not trying I'm fine with anybody who goes to somebody who would be a competitor of us and buys their wooden paddle. I don't want to try somebody else's wooden paddle. But I'll try a leather paddle and I'll try this paddle and but we're not at a stage where we are being sought out, nor are we seeking out review products. I'd rather buy it myself. But that's not a priority purchase these days, even though it would be a business expense. I don't really want to send our accountant the receipts from like the stock room. I really don't. Actually, I really feel like if we did it, I would do it from small businesses.
Yeah.
The stock room and all those, they don't need hype from us anymore. We are affiliates of stock room. I found some great things from stock room. But if I were to get back in the review game, it would be from... But I don't want somebody to send me something and go, review it if you want. That's obligation. I don't want that. I want to go find a product, try it, go, hell yeah, we fucking love this shit, and then talk about it. Because we wanted to. Not because someone asked us to. And that's a me thing, y'all.
So, yeah, that's not something we've... done for a while,
you
know, and it just that did me in.
Yeah, I get it. I completely get it. Do you know what we still have, y'all? This is so sad. Do you know what we still have that we bought with our own fucking money, and we have never tried it? It's still in the plastic, still in the box. The Electrostem. I want to say it's cock rings.
You're right.
That we've never tried
those. You're right.
And you've tried just stuff that you have that you love that you've bought for yourself. You've put so many things on your cock and you've not done that. I think you forgot they existed.
I did.
I forget they exist until I'm rummaging around in the closet. I want to say we have a few toys left over that were just sent to us that never went anywhere that have never been opened. And I don't know, do we want to try them? Do we want to... I think our original plan was to do a giveaway. Maybe that's what we'll do at some point, is do a giveaway. But, yeah. We really do need to clean out that closet.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's weird now because for years, It was our favorite sex toys of the year. That was what we would do it right before Black Friday so we could tell folks what the sales were if they wanted any of these things.
Yeah.
And we don't do that anymore.
No.
I also could see if you decide you don't want an episode next week and we take the week off. When I tell you we take the week off, I mean just we're not doing episodes. We'll be busting our ass. The only day we will actually take off next week will be Thanksgiving. And that, if you're cooking literally all day long, is it a day off? I don't think so. But yeah, we're not behind on our product stuff for Black Friday. There's just so much to do.
Yeah.
To get ready. And then either, the economic blackout protest may be a factor. I respect it if it's a factor. I just hate it for, my business.
Yeah. Now, I do know the people that I have seen talking about it have been saying their benchmark, I guess is a way of saying it, boycott the big corporations and shop small and local.
Sure. And just for those few days, not forever boycott if you can't, because sometimes you just can't forever boycott. I would love to never have to shop at a Walmart again, but
yeah,
I have Walmart budget. I have Aldi budget, so we go to Walmart. But there's that, and then also typically our busiest day is not actual Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Most folks are doing their Amazon deals, their Walmart, they're buying the computer, buying the gift for the kid. We tend to pick up Saturday a little bit. I mean, we have sales, but it's not overwhelming. But that Sunday, typically,
into Monday,
I will go into Monday and I'll start processing orders. I'll just have boxes. Every year it's been more boxes, but I'll just start stacking the boxes up. 1 year, it was the first time I did it. It was the last time I fucking did it. I paid to have Postal Service come pick up our shit ton of boxes at once instead of at a specific time, not just our normal time for pickup when our mail carrier is usually here. And that way you basically get a dedicated truck. They might be picking up other things, but that truck is designed to be able to hold your boxes instead of your mail carrier might come in and not have room for your boxes, right? So I paid for it, and then they didn't arrive, and then they didn't arrive, and then they didn't arrive. And I want to say it was the next fucking day they came for my boxes. And you don't get a refund when they don't come on the day you paid for them to be there. I'm so mad. So what we do is I will not burden our mail carrier with more. I think my max is 8 boxes. Because I don't know what kind of space she has. She's always been good to us. She's friendly. Yeah. We like our mail carrier.
She still talks to us when she sees us.
Right. Haven't scared her off yet. But anything past 8, I'm running to the post office. And usually the Monday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It sometimes takes 3 or 4 trips. I love it. It's a great fucking problem to have. It's a great problem to have. But you only get that kind of outcome if you bust ass leading up to it to have something for folks to buy.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Well, next week is even with the holiday and the shopping day and all that. The youngest and I had been volunteering at the Humane Society. And next week, part of that, we not only have helped out at the shelter, but also at the thrift store. They have a thrift store.
Yes, and you go for all kinds of reasons, but I think you go now because every time you come home with another 50-cent CD for something you did not have before.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of been at the thrift store. That's kind of what we have. We've inherited a corner of the thrift shop.
Yeah, they walk in and they go, you go clean that corner over there.
And that corner consists of the DVDs, the VHS tapes.
I need to send you with a list of DVDs I would love to have come home.
Keep an eye out, sure. And what else? The vinyl albums, books.
Yeah.
That's and the kids section.
Which I'm sure is a hot mess.
Yeah. So, it's it's funny, the albums that they have come in, nothing that would interest me. I when I'm going through them, one of the things I have to go through, be surprised how many album jackets do not have anything in them.
Now, do you think they came in like that, or somebody was like, oh, I'll just leave the jacket here?
I think they most likely came in like that.
Maybe somebody just had like a big old and they dumped it and didn't check.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you find those?
Trash.
Okay. Makes sense.
Trash. And, when I'm going through these albums, I'm like, this is the kind of stuff my grandmother and mom listened to, and give me my...
I don't know if the mic's picking up. Lola is crying from another room. She's crying as if she's been abandoned. She's alone and forgotten. Nobody will ever love her ever again. She'll die alone in that comfy, used to be covered in leather, but now that don't look like leather no more, couch that is definitely hers. Alone, it's tragic, really. My heart breaks for her. I do wonder, though, if it's something about her getting older, and when she wakes up or she looks around, she genuinely thinks she's alone.
I know.
Anyway, you were talking about Humane Society for the holiday.
Yeah, and next week with Black Friday coming up, they are looking for extra help.
And where was the extra help? Where did they need the extra help? Was it at the thrift store?
At the thrift store, yeah.
Because it'll be really busy.
Yeah, because they're expecting a busy Black Friday there.
I would imagine. I mean, with the economy being the way it is and people struggling financially, if you're going to even attempt to do any Christmas shopping, you're going to go, I imagine thrift store.
I have noticed since have been, going there to the thrift store, it is, even during the week, it has gotten busier and busier. I saw one person leaving there, they had filled their cart with books. So I imagine it is going to be pretty busy. So they're looking for extra help the day before Thanksgiving and then the day after.
You're going to be busy the day before.
Yeah.
And if we don't have all the product ready, you're going to be busy the day after.
So I'd like to help out. They're really good people there, and I don't know. The CDs that they have, I love going through the CDs because
those are at least one every time.
Those are more where I'm. So I seem to find, and it's funny. I go up there, and the one woman who works the registry, she's like, "How do you do it? You always find the best CDs."
Because you're meticulously going through every single one and checking is anything
because
even in it.
Even some of exactly, got to check to make sure something's in it, and same thing. So that's what I'm. Yeah.
I am hoping to have a quiet start to Black Friday. Because I know the sales don't come in fast and furious. Now, being under a new system with a site that loads faster and hopefully is better organized than our previous site.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Make things easier for folks to shop.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hope so.
There goes Lola again. You couldn't entice her in here to be with us?
I'll try now.
It's her couch time. Is that what I'm...
She was actually in her crate.
Oh wow, she's in her crate. Okay.
She was in her bed. Oh.
And now she's at the door.
Come on.
Please do not barrel into the tripod. Oh, she's barreling. That's a woman on a mission. I bet she has to pee.
I'm right with you. Go ahead.
Same girl. Same. Really? To the dog. Oh my gosh.
So, but yeah, no, the people there are really nice, and and I always look, I see too what they have in like the kitchen stuff.
Yes, I'm on the hunt from the thrift store. I don't want to buy one new for a rice cooker.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want a rice cooker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we found our steam mop there.
Yeah.
$10. Actually, I think we got it cheaper. I think they gave us like a deal.
Yeah.
I have a little baby crock pot now, a smaller one, not the mini, but like a small one. I gotta decide what dip I'm gonna make for munching on Thanksgiving. I don't know. But I'm gonna use that for that.
Well, we could. Well, it would have to be this weekend. Would have to go. Could go to the market. They had somebody selling the packets of mix.
Yeah, those mixes are usually cold mixes. I'm looking for like a hot dip.
Okay.
Lots of melty cheese. Silent, I assumed I was... Silent asked what kind of rice cooker, the basic one or the fancy Japanese one. I didn't know there was a fancy Japanese one. So I'm assuming I'm looking for like the basic one. So, because I didn't know... that makes sense that there would be different types, but I didn't know. For whatever reason, as an adult, I've been cooking rice off and on. We don't eat rice a lot. We eat it more now than we used to. And it never comes out consistent. It's not usually bad. It's usually perfectly fine. But have I 100% created a dark, hard, crunchy layer at the bottom of a pot before? And, prior to doing that, I'd be like, oh, I know how to cook rice. Clearly I don't. So I'm like, I need something to make it idiot-proof. I need something I cannot fuck up. I will follow the instructions and push the button and move on with my life and let the machine do the work.
Okay. So she explained what the fancy one does. Buttons for white rice, brown rice, oatmeal, and...
Basic. Just a button.
Yeah.
Don't let me fuck it up. Yeah, I have tried a buffalo chicken dip in the past for those in the live stream who are advising it. I thought about it, but then I was like, do I want something that's more just melted cheese? I don't know. I found a couple of places I was going to ask you, hey, which of these sound good to you? But yes, a chicken buffalo dip is typically top of all the lists I find. Yeah. And we have tried one in the past, but I didn't try it in the slow cooker that then kept it warm.
Right.
I baked it, I think, in the oven, and then we put it between us. We were like watching movies, and so then it
congealed.
Right. So maybe I'd have a better experience.
Yeah.
Oh, the youngest talking about Thanksgiving Day on the ride home we had to go out today. And I said, okay, so for desserts, we're going to have an apple pie. Oh, I need to put that on the list. We need to buy the apple pie.
Yeah.
I do not make apple pies. We're going to have an apple pie because you and the oldest love an apple pie. And I will eat apple pie. If we have it, I'll eat it. I found a recipe for peanut butter fudge. Very basic. I'm sure it's like the standard recipe. But I was like, ooh, I can do that. So we're going to make peanut butter fudge. And then I asked the youngest, I was like, okay, so you're not going to touch the apple pie. You may or may not like the peanut butter fudge. Is there a dessert you'd like? And the youngest is bringing back the pumpkin cheesecake that we used to do.
Okay, all right.
So on top of everything else, I got to make a cheesecake next week.
Yeah.
So, Silent, I love a spinach artichoke dip. JB does not like a spinach artichoke dip.
No.
No. Mm-mm. But I did see another dip that was, I'd have to go look it up again, a bacon cheesy spinach dip without the artichokes. And I meant to ask you if it was the spinach but not the artichokes, would it be okay? Okay. See, look at us. We're getting vegetables in with our 2 pounds of melted cheese. Whatever. Yeah, this weekend, I have to finalize everything I need to get for our not at all traditional Thanksgiving dinner. And it's like all the perishables. I gotta get some heavy cream. I gotta get my cream cheese. I got stuff that's gotta go in the refrigerator. But I gotta come hell or high water, I'm getting it all this weekend. I'm not going to the grocery store again until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I've got to weigh that pork shoulder and see what's going to be what, how long I actually have to cook it.
And I was considering asking you this, but I think I'm doing enough to save on dishwashing. I usually, when we cook whatever we cook, I just use our serving dishes and our pots and pans and whatever. I am buying the aluminum pans to cook shit in this year.
Yeah, I don't blame.
Anything I don't have to wash when we're done.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. which is probably why I'll sleep in day after on Black Friday. If I've got everything set up, the emails have gone out, the social media is up. I don't think I'm going to do a coupon code. I'm just going to make it all on sale. Yeah. Whatever.
Unless something absolutely positively has no other choice, I'm sleeping in too.
Yeah, because from Black Friday until usually about 3 days before Christmas, we will be hustling.
Or at least as long as the fur babies let me sleep.
There is that. There is that. Ella was at the door. Your alarm went off at 6. It sounded like it startled both of us out of a deep sleep. And Ella was already at the door.
She heard that alarm. She's at the bedroom door.
And she's not fed at 6, y'all. She's fed like 6:15. Yeah. But you like wake up, put some clothes on, rub the sleep out of your eyes.
I
start your coffee.
I start my coffee first. Yep.
But she was like, "I'm hungry now,"
and that's every day.
That's every day. I have upset Miss Ella.
That is true. Silent. He said sleeping in for me is a very daring 8 a.m.
That is true. I tried to sleep in a couple days ago, and I woke up at 7:15. I was like, "Woo! Look at me go! 7 whole fucking 15 in the morning."
Yeah. There was a time in my early 20s, mid-20s, early to mid-20s. I used
40 years ago.
Yeah. I was always out on the weekends, and I would sleep till 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I had to stop doing that after I birthed the first kid. Those days of sleeping in, long fucking gone. Long fucking gone.
Yeah.
That was never an option again. I somehow turned myself into, I would not call myself an early bird in that like chipper way. I'm a begrudging early, I don't know, vulture. I don't know. Like I'm up, but I'm not happy to be here.
Yeah.
And now I don't know how to turn it off. So no, I think I have pissed off Ella. So I think it started with, we now use the pine pellets for their litter. It's cheaper. It smells nominally better. They track less of it. We changed it for the tracking purposes. The litter we were using, I fucking loved, but oh my God, it was everywhere. It was all through our house. Because it was that sand kind of texture. So we've moved to pine pellets. I think we talked about this several weeks ago because we had a semi-health crisis because Ella was very upset. Okay. So I like the pine pellets also. It's easier, in my opinion, to change out as needed to go fresh pine pellets. Well, apparently I waited a little too long for Ella's liking, and somehow it was now not the right texture under her feet for her to pee. I think too soft somehow. I didn't think that existed. So I was catching her like peeing in places she should not be peeing in. I went, oh shit, I got to do it. Let me switch everything over. So I switch everything over. But we have a trick with Ella to get her to use one specific litter box where I put some of the old litter in to fake her out that, oh no, you can put your paws on this and you can pee. She doesn't have a problem taking a shit in pine pellet, but something about peeing, she's offended. And apparently, that still was not correct, and I didn't put enough of the old litter to do the fake out, because she peed outside. 2 things. She peed outside the litter box until I put more of the old litter in. And she apparently peed on some laundry that had not made it into the laundry basket yet. How did I discover this? I put this morning, very quickly got dressed because I had to go do something early morning. I don't usually have to do things that early. I was like, oh, you have to like put on grown-up clothes by like 9 o'clock this morning. So I just shoved on like old PJs to get out of the bed and go make breakfast and whatever. And I'm sitting there eating my breakfast, and every time I would turn my head, I'd be like, oh my God, something smells like gross. What is happening? And we had an open window, and I thought, is something outside? I was like, did somebody make a mess under the dining room table and I haven't seen? No, I had thrown on a shirt that apparently Ella had peed on. And how can I accuse Ella of this? Because Onyx does not have this issue. Litter is not her. Food is her issue, not her litter. I've never yanked off a piece of clothing faster than when I discovered
No, you didn't.
It was wearing something with pee on it. It was dry. It was old pee, and apparently it was just a small portion because it was not an overwhelming. I had to turn my head and I would smell it, and I was like, "What is that smell? Where is it coming from?" Fucking Ella. God damn.
Yeah.
Lord.
She's a trip, that cat.
Yes. Yes.
Anyhow.
Yeah, I'm actually holding back from shit I could be talking about because we still have the Friday night live stream.
That's true. That's true. So,
I would
same.
like to brag on the oldest. He had a concert last night. We can talk about that Friday. I'd like to map out in great detail, for whatever reason, because it amuses me, what we're having for Thanksgiving. But I don't want to do that now because we got a whole other live stream coming in a couple of days. But you are doing it's the equivalent of the, okay, I need to get off the phone with you, ums and uhs, like, okay, wrap this up.
Yep.
Baby girl, wrap this shit up. Come on now. Thank you for being polite enough not to, in the middle of recording, go, come on, let's go. I appreciate that.
Now, if I was on the other side of the camera, I'd be doing that shit. I'm like,
And I cannot promise that I would not be like, if I just don't look at him, I can't see it. Plausible deniability. Oh God. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. I want to complain about the gnat problem we've had in the house that we are like desperately trying to like make go away. That'll be Friday night. In between, conversations about food and nostalgic things and so, but you did make the sound and do the thing, so that tells me, since this is a bonus section, there's no bonus section to go to.
Right.
You are ready to be out of our bonus section.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I still have things to do.
Same. So, and I got to cook dinner, and I switched at the last moment what I was going to make for dinner, and I was like, but I'm not actually prepared to make that for dinner. I don't have a good recipe at my disposal. I better go find one.
and we don't have anything to do tonight or anywhere to go, correct?
As far as I know.
Good.
And we don't tomorrow either, right?
Oh, good.
I mean, you had said you might go to the
Humane
Society.
I may go to the Humane Society in the afternoon, yeah.
But then Friday you have a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's the thing. We have written calendars. We have our Google Calendar. We have reminders on our phone. We're getting text messages, and we still can't fucking remember what we have coming up next. I know. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, it is. I've got more appointments than I ever had.
I will give the good news. We do get to have health insurance for next year, and it's not as awful as it could have been.
Yeah.
So, yay. That was the text message I sent my mother the other week. I was like, I get to have health insurance next year. She went, oh, good. I'm so glad. She's like, I was thinking of a plan B for you. I was like, oh, I had already found my plan B.
Plan B, yeah.
But,
you know
what kills me? I'm celebrating the fact that I have health insurance because it's needed in the U.S. if you want to have a chance of going to a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
And yet, I know it's shitty. I know the system is shitty. I know that the type of health insurance I have is better than it has been, but is still shitty. Like, it's like, why am I have to celebrate a shitty system because at least that shitty system means I might have medical debt, but hopefully I can still go to a doctor when I desperately need to.
Yeah.
Like, the dystopian of it all. Like, the things like our prescriptions and stuff, being able to keep up with those. Oh, yeah, I was researching what can I do instead.
Yeah.
I'd actually found some direct primary cares here locally. If you're not familiar with what a direct primary care is, they do not accept insurance. They do it as a membership model. So you pay like an application or an enrollment fee, and then you pay a monthly fee every month to that doctor's office, but you can literally make an appointment for whatever their practice covers. But it's not major medical. It's not going to cover you going to a hospital or going to a specialist. It's just for primary care, basic stuff. And I was like, if we have to. And then I found a couple places I was like, actually, I wouldn't mind going here. But we don't really want to change our doctor. We like our doctor. But yeah. So, yay, we're celebrating our awful, awful health system here in the United States. I get access to it for 1 more year without going broke. Yay! Holy shit.
I don't know. They're going, what's the deductibles this year? Oh my God.
I found a plan with no deductible, but we just have high copays. It's $50 to go see our primary care, $100 to go see the specialist, but I'm not fighting a deductible. Except we have a prescription deductible, and guess what we have every month? Prescriptions to get refilled for everybody in the family. So, it's imperfect, but
it's better than nothing.
It's not what it could have been.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I guess we will go, and we'll be back Friday night. For podcast listeners, Friday night, 9:30 p.m. on YouTube. We hope you can make it and come see the chaos
that ensues
instead of just listening to it. I feel like seeing it might be more helpful because you then get context for whatever the fuck we're talking about if one of us forgets to actually describe it for people who are not looking at the screen. Also, for anybody who's busy, we make great background noise. Sometimes you'll have to stop what you're doing and go, did they actually just say that, and what was the context for that? I get it.
That's why you got rewind.
I know, right? But yay! Okay,
right.
We're gonna go.
Okay.
Thanks for being here.
Yep, thanks for hanging out with us.
Especially to the bitter end, especially on a no topic, just all pure randomness kind of episode. And we'll do that, the randomness, Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Hope to see you there.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Bye.